What's up, guys? It's Thursday, May 9th, and we're going to be talking about the NBA slate on Prize Picks and Underdog. We've got 4 plays for you today. We're going to cover the recap from yesterday, just go over that real quickly. But before we get started with all of that, if you haven't signed up for Prize Picks or Underdog yet, for Prize Picks, use the promo code at the bottom of the screen, and they're going to match your first deposit up to $100. And for Underdog, use promo code BACKDOOR. It's just one word. They're going to give you a deposit match up to $250 and a discounted play, instant pick'em special is what they call it. But you're going to get a discounted play that's just designed for you as a new user that you'll be able to use in addition to any specials that they have going. They don't have anything on the board yet, but they've been putting out quite a bit of discounts lately. And they just give you way better plays on Underdog, let's be honest here. But yeah, just go through the link in the description of the video for all of our stuff, all of our deals that we have going with Daily Grind, Outlier. Like, we have a bunch of discounts that you can take advantage of. They're all in the description. But yeah, for Prize Picks, make sure you use the promo code at the bottom of the screen. And for Underdog, just use promo code BACKDOOR and you'll get hooked up with that bigger deposit match and a discounted play to get you started off on the right foot. All right, so these are the plays we're going with today. I'm taking Derrick White on Prize Picks and Underdog. I like his points and assists at over 21.5. I feel really good about this play. And I know I talked about not taking bench players in the last video, but that was in a specific situation. I was talking about game 1 of a situation like round 2. We don't have a sample size of any sort yet. In this case, we do. And he got almost 20 minutes. Aaron Wiggins here for the Thunder in game 1. He played great. He's actually been getting his minutes boosted slowly throughout the postseason. He's been really taking advantage and delivering on them. So for Prize Picks, I like his fantasy score. It's just at 14. He crushed this in game 1. And I think he earned some steady play time. So we'll see how that goes. But this doesn't feel like the Sam Hauser situation. So I feel comfortable taking this. And on Underdog, I'm taking his PRA. I like both of these equally. They don't have his PRA on Prize Picks and they don't have his fantasy score on Underdog, but I like both of these equally. So his PRA we're getting at 10.5. And for Derrick White, obviously we're getting the same line on both of these. But yeah, fantasy score for Aaron Wiggins on Prize Picks, PRA at 10.5 on Underdog. What are you getting into, Jordy?
Yeah, I'm taking Shai Gilgeous-Alexander for over the 0.5 block. Really liking that play. And then I'm taking Daniel Gafford for over 7.5 rebounds. And those are the same on both platforms.
All right. I feel good about all 4 of these plays on both platforms. I'm stoked. So quick recap. We just put out 2 plays yesterday, and thankfully we got the sweep. We were a little bit safer. At least I was. Jordy didn't have the same issue. Both of his plays cashed in the previous recap. Mine were the ones that didn't show up. But yeah, Dante DiVincenzo, 17.5 points. He had a slow start. He ended up, I don't know if this was his final score, but Prize Picks is showing 28. So he crushed that. And what did you have again? I know yours hit too.
Yeah, I had Pascal Siakam for under the 0.5 dunk. He did not get one, so we cashed on that.
Nice. And then he didn't get his 3 though for Underdog, did he?
Yeah, no, I don't think so. He took some attempts, but they were playing good D, so it's a tough game.
Yeah, he had one that was so close. I was like, oh, there it is. He's going to cash it, and then it just kind of ringed out. But
dude, this series has been so much fun between the Knicks and the Pacers. It's so nostalgic for me. Like the crowd's getting into it and saying "F you, Reggie." It's been a good time.
Yeah, man. I'll be honest. I was kind of just hoping for a Brunson reboot. I'm happy for the Knicks' sake that he was able to play, but him coming back, a lot of us were on that free throws, Brunson free throws. I had that in a lot of plays, and he ended up cashing. He had a discount, I believe, on Sleeper for his points. So he cashed that, but he didn't hit his regular points or anything, and so it was kind of like him being out for the whole second quarter kind of hurt a lot of people because we didn't get the reboot. But we're happy that he's healthy because he's playing great ball. But anyways, we'll keep it rolling because we got to kind of get through this video quick today. All right, so let's start with Derrick White. Take a look at this over under. We have 212 over under. Boston favored by 13.5. That seems about right. This, Boston is just playing incredible ball. Even when the game looks close, it ends up not looking very close by the end there. So wouldn't be surprised if this turns into another 20-point win for the Celtics. We'll see. Donovan Mitchell needs some help. Evan Mobley played good. Darius Garland is kind of like, in my opinion, the problem right now. He needs to show up and be the superstar that he is supposed to be for this team. So we'll see if he can turn things around tonight. But yeah, we do have a pretty big point spread here at 13.5. But we have limited options, so we're gonna play these guys. So Derrick White, when you take a look at this points assist, it's not too bad in the last 5. He's gone over it 3 out of his last 5. Zoom out a little bit, it's just a 50-50 hit rate on the last 10, just going 5 out of 10. But then we zoom out a little bit more, he gets this done quite a bit, 12 out of his last 20. So I'm feeling good about him getting this done again. The matchup is tough. First in points allowed to shooting guards, and second in assists allowed to shooting guards. But he went in that first game, 25 points, 5 assists. So I like this combo here at just 21.5. I think he can clear this on points alone tonight. We don't have to really worry about his minutes. We'll see how he did in that first game. He got that done in 32 minutes. He probably won't need to play heavy minutes, unless Cleveland can make this a game. We'll see. But he's shooting 57% from the field on 15.4 attempts. So he's been like kind of upping his shot attempts lately, which is nice. Just 1.6 fouls, which is impressive because he's a good defender. Shooting 50% from 3 on 9.6 attempts. So he's averaging 4.8 3-pointers made a game over the last 5 games. And 5.6 potential assists. In that last game, he had 7 potential assists. So I feel great about this play. Feel a lot safer than the Sam Hauser play, that's for sure. And we're getting this same line on underdog. So we'll take a look here. Daily Grind has his best play on the board, under 32 fantasy score. I'm not touching that personally. I'd rather just take the points assists and be a little bit safer here. Because obviously I only mess with fantasy score when there's some defensive upside, which he has. So I'm not going to take the under, because if he goes off defensively, he's just going to rack up that fantasy score. But the points assist, they have at a 51.34% odds to hit the over at a -122. Wouldn't be surprised this after a little bit gets bumped up to 22, maybe even 22.5 before the game starts. But I like this line at 21.5, and so does Daily Grind. So everyone that has this play pretty much has it at a -120 or higher, except for Caesars has it at a 50-50 shot at just a -115. So we'll keep it rolling here. Let's talk about Aaron Wiggins. So the fantasy score on Prize Picks, I like. At first, I took a look at his rebounds. You can take a look at that if you want to. It's only at 2.5. I was thinking about that, and I'm like, yeah, okay. He went for 5 in that first game. He's gone over this 4 out of his last 5. And then I looked at the other options they have there. And I like his full-on fantasy score here because let's take a look what he did defensively. He's been relatively active as his minutes have gone up. In that last game, he had 1 steal, 1 block. So we're getting this line at 14. If he can even just do that again, obviously blocks and steals for the fantasy score option are worth 3 points each. So that's 6 points right there alone. So that would leave him to just need 8 on his PRA to actually 8 PRA matched with that would be even more. That would totally clear the line, not just push, because rebounds are worth 1.2 on fantasy score and assists are worth 1.5. So I feel good about him going over this line of 14. He went for 29 in the game 1 against Dallas. He went for 19.4 against the Pelicans in that last series. And you can see he cleared this. He went for 19.4 in that last game against the Pelicans on just 16.4 minutes. So he played 22.8 minutes because he was dropping threes pretty early. He was playing good, so that he stayed on the floor. He went for 22.8 minutes in that game 1, went for 29 fantasy score. Over the last 5, he's not getting a ton of minutes, so it's no surprise that his fouls are only at 1. But that's still great. He's shooting 61% from the field on 4.6 attempts over the last 5. Shooting 50% from 3 on an average of 2. But if we look at this last game, 2 attempts per game, that is. This last game, he took 4 threes and made 3 of them. So like I was saying, he got hot pretty quick and they left him in the game a little bit longer. Game before that, he took 5 attempts against the Pelicans, only made one of them, but we are seeing him get a little bit more active. So it's a little deceiving when you see this average of 2 attempts. That's not what he's been doing lately. So I think he'll be taking more than 2 attempts tonight, averaging 16 minutes a game, but like we just said, 22.8 in that last game. So I like this play. 14 fantasy score is very low, and I think he'll get some time. Let's talk about the PRA real quick. It's an EV plus play on Outlier, so Outlier likes it too. He went for 23 PRA in that last game. The game 1 against Dallas. 16 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. So getting this line at 10.5 feels great to me. We just covered everything, but now we can talk about his matchup a little bit. He is a shooting guard, I believe. Yeah. So the matchup is super juicy, but we did talk about this in the last video, how Dallas has actually improved their defense. So this is a little bit deceiving because this is their average on the year. 27th in points allowed, 29th in rebounds allowed, 25th in assists allowed. But I would consider all that to be just a little bit tighter because they're playing much better defense over the last 7 to 10 games. So this is a little bit deceiving, but I still love the matchup. I think he's going to be able to get this done. The lines are just so low. So feeling good about this. If we take a look at the fantasy score on Daily Grind, they actually have this favored to go under. So go with your gut here. I think it's because BetMGM has this line at 13.5. PrizePicks has it at 14. So the DFS optimizer is catching a discrepancy there. So they have it slightly favored to go under. But I feel great about it. We just saw what he did. I think he got 29 fantasy score in that last game. So I feel very comfortable taking this 14 fantasy score here. And then as far as the PRA goes, it's not on PrizePicks. Let me go over to the one I have of him on Underdog. So yeah, they have this one favored to go over the 10.5 mark at a minus 127, 51.83% odds to hit the over. Everyone that has this, actually, we already have one platform that has it up at 11.5. So yeah, I mean, we've got some minus 136, some minus 110. So BetMGM is favoring it to go under. Go with your gut as usual with all these. We're just showing you what we like. If you guys are interested in checking out this app Outlier, it's great. We talk about it every video because it's a workhorse of ours. And you can try it out for free. Just go through the link in the description of the video, get a 7-day free trial. And if you want to check out the DFS optimizer from Daily Grind and all of their other tools, just use code BACKDOOR. And there's a link in the description if you want to check this one out. You'll get 25% off when you go to dgfantasy.com and you use that code BACKDOOR. So definitely take advantage of that. And I'm going to pass it over to Jordy now.
Sweet. Yeah, man. So let's get me into mine here. I'm going to be starting out with, let's start out with SGA here. I really like his block to go over. He's done this in 49 out of 80 games. He's hit it in 5 out of 8 of the head-to-heads that he's played against the Mavs and 11 out of his last 20. The dude is a really, really good defender. I mean, he led the league in steals per game, if I'm not mistaken. I think he averaged 2 steals per game. He's been a little bit slower in the steals category lately. He's actually been hitting this block more. So it's just 1 though, and it's not, 2. So I really like the block to go over here. He's had 2. He had 2 in the last game and 2 in the game before that against the Pelicans. So the dude is active defensively. This OKC team, I'm so excited. They're completely locked in right now. And they look great. So hopefully we can get another win tonight. If we look at this play on Daily Grind here, it is juiced to go over. It's a minus 135 and a 53.36% chance to hit. And pretty much everyone has this play juiced up. So I'm feeling pretty good about SGA's block here. We're getting that on both platforms as well. I'm feeling, pretty confident in this play. So it's not like a lesser multiplier over there either. So I'm feeling good about this one. Definitely going to be taking that over. They're giving up 0.8 blocks a game to his position as well. So they're ranked 12th in that category. So definitely some room for him to get that done. And they've had the matchups have been pretty good for OKC. Luka's, he's a pretty decent defender. I think they were saying during the Clippers series when Luka was defending their big three. I know he's banged up now, but they were averaging like 10 points a game between all of them or something. So he's pretty good at defending. I think he gets a lot of slack for that, but I think he's a pretty good defender. But he's been guarding Giddey, so we don't have to really worry too much about him guarding anyone that's going to like really go off. But Giddey only had 2 points in that last game, so kind of staying away from him until they're in Dallas because he plays really good away. So feeling good about SGA's block here. And then this next play, I've got Daniel Gafford's rebounds for over 7.5. This one I'll probably go bump up on Chalkboard. If you guys want to check out Chalkboard, it's a lot of fun. You can increase the multipliers by like manipulating the line. So I could bump this up to like 8.5 and probably get like a 2.1x or something in that category, and make this kind of like a demon play. If you guys are familiar with like the demon plays, like this one here for Aaron Gordon on Prize Picks, if you put it in your lineup, you get like a higher multiplier. So that's what it's like, but you get way better lines over there on Chalkboard. The Prize Picks lines have been so ridiculously tight over the last, like playoff games. So it's been kind of difficult to find like really good value plays. There's plays out there obviously that are going to hit, but it's just like really, really close even when they do. So the Daniel Gafford one, I think this one's either going to be pretty close or he's going to just smash it. He's had really good matchups against OKC all year long. He's hit this in all 3 head-to-heads since he's been with the Mavericks. Over the last 20 games, he had a really, really rough series against the Clippers. So I'm not even really going to we're going to talk about it obviously because it matters, but he was getting into foul trouble. He was getting little minutes and just not playing very well at all throughout that series. So that series was really, really rough for him. But, over the season, he's done this 33 out of 81 games, but he matches up really well against the Thunder. He's a big physical guy, and Chet kind of struggles with rebounding in general, and he's a very lanky, skinny guy, so he kind of just doesn't size up well with a lot of these centers. And Gafford's one of those dudes who's like, he plays really, really rough. So he's just matches up really well against OKC. He hit this line on 17 minutes in the game when he first got there, and then over the last 2 games, the most recent one being the last matchup, he had 11, and the one before that he had 15. So and his minutes got increased like highly in that last game. He had 27 minutes in that last playoff game there, so I think this will be no problem for him to get it done. He struggled on the road rebounding for sure. That's one of his biggest problems. He's not a great road player, but he showed up in this matchup, so I'm expecting him to do that again. I think he'll at least get like 9 or 10 in that area, so I feel comfortable going and bumping this one up a little bit on Chalkboard. I could be wrong, but I feel the consensus on this play is telling me to go over on it. His rebounds are juiced to go over on Daily Grind. They're a 52.03% chance. They're minus 127. Some people have this up at a minus 140. So it just kind of depends where you're going. But I feel great about this play. So these are the 2 I'm rolling with, and that's it for me.
All right, guys. Also want to let you know about Sleeper. We've signed a deal with them, so we're going to be covering their content really soon. We do cover it in our Discord, but if you use our code on Sleeper, you get a deposit match up to $500. Just use code BACKDOORFS. You want to throw that FS on the end. I believe if you go through the link in the description, it should auto-populate the code, but just make sure that that's in there so you can get that full deposit match up to 500 if you want to take full advantage of that, or however much you want to take advantage of. We're excited to be covering that soon. We've got some exciting stuff coming down the pipeline too. I'm actually going to be meeting up with Jordy here over the weekend. We're going to be in the same state for about 10 days. So we're going to get some bonus content out. We're doing a collab with another channel, some friends of ours that have an awesome food channel. So they asked us to do a restaurant review type deal with them. So we're going to go check out some food, have some fun, do a little bit of vacationing together. And we're going to still be putting out our videos, don't worry. But we're going to be doing some giveaways. So soon we'll put out a video letting you know more details about the giveaways, but we're going to give out some pretty awesome prizes, just some randomly selected, raffle type giveaways for our Discord. So some people will be getting some pretty fat Discord memberships from us. And I don't know about Jordy, but I'm down to like really hook it up with the amount of time that you get the, subscription for our Discord, but we're really excited about all that. I'm kind of losing my train of thought here, but yeah, speaking of Discord, if you guys want to come check out our Discord, we're covering everything in here. We can just cover a lot more. You know, we've got like a soccer plays, we cover MLB, esports, we do CS2, CSGO, and League of Legends. There's just a lot more that we cover. If you go through the link in the description of the video, go through that Patreon link and it'll unlock all the channels in here for you. You can hop into the community chat. We have a really great time in here just talking during the games. We had a really close call for a 6-man second half slip last night. That's one of the big advantages too, is we build out second half slips together in the Discord, but we missed just on the OG Anunoby play. We went 5 of 6 on that one that we kind of built together. But if you guys want to check it out, there's a link in the description. We'd love to have you. And we've been working together as a community and doing pretty decent. So come check that out and stay tuned for kind of the announcement about the collaboration we're doing with that food channel we're excited about, and the giveaways and all those goodies. We got some fantasy football content coming on the way that we'll be starting pretty soon. So we're really excited. We'll keep you guys posted on all of that. And we hope you guys enjoy this 2-game slate, and we'll catch you in the next video.
Good luck, guys.